Saudi Arabia, the oil kingdom, is also building electric vehicles. Well, the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, PIF, recently announced that it will cooperate with Foxconn and BMW to launch its own electric vehicle brand, Seer. And this will also be the first electric car brand in Saudi Arabia. This enterprise is mainly a joint venture between the PIF and Han High Precision Industry Company, Limited, Foxconn's parent company. At present, it has obtained some technical authorization from BMW, and Foxconn will participate in the development of the electronic and electrical architecture of the vehicle. According to the plan, Seer will deliver the first electric car in 2025, but the official has not yet stated what model the first car will be and which market it will enter. Saudi Arabia, which is famous for its oil, is one of the biggest winners in the era of fuel vehicles. Under the tide of electrification, Saudi Arabia has also keenly started the transformation of electrification. This also shows from the side that the current tide of electrification is irreversible, and companies or countries that miss this trend. So, as a super-rich country, can Saudi Arabia complete the transformation of electric vehicles? Why should a petro-state invest in new energy? Apart from OEM for Apple, can Foxconn do a good job of making cars? Hi! Welcome to Auto Age. Before we started today's video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Okay, let's get started. According to the PIF agreement, Foxconn will directly produce electric vehicles under the Seer brand. Seer will supply sedans, SUVs, and other models for Saudi Arabia and the entire Middle East and North Africa. The Saudi PIF will provide financial support for the joint venture. In addition, the company will receive more than $150 million in foreign direct investment. The company will create up to 30,000 direct and indirect jobs. PIF estimates that by 2034, Seer will directly contribute $8 billion to Saudi Arabia's GDP. The company's factory will be established in Saudi Arabia and will be exported abroad in the future. Saudi Arabia has announced that its goal is to export 150,000 electric vehicles in 2026. Previously, the media believed that these export models would mainly come from the electric vehicle brands it invested in, but at present, this data also includes the export volume of Seer. However, it is not easy for Saudi Arabia on the road of electric vehicles. Saudi Arabia's high labor costs, imperfect supply chain, and lack of tariff protection are all serious problems that local electrification brands must face. In addition, Saudi Arabia has not put defuelization on the agenda, and local car habits and cheap fuel prices will be resistance to the promotion of pure electric vehicles. But in the end, problems that can be solved with money are not considered problems. It is not too late for Saudi Arabia to start deciding to enter the electrification at this time and establish a production plant in the country. So, why is Saudi Arabia investing in new energy? Although it made a fortune from oil, Saudi Arabia's current economic structure is also overly dependent on oil, and the development of many industries is not healthy enough. For the long-term development of Saudi Arabia and the needs of economic diversification, Saudi Arabia launched the Vision 2030 in 2016 to change the current national image from multiple levels. In terms of economy, the most important thing is to get rid of dependence on oil revenue and diversify Saudi Arabia's sources of fiscal revenue. Therefore, Saudi Arabia has targeted the technology industry, especially the new energy industry. In terms of new energy vehicles, Saudi Arabia is very optimistic about Lucid and has invested in it for many times. It is now the company's largest shareholder, and Saudi Arabia also plans to provide Lucid with at least $3.4 billion in financial support in the next 15 years. In the field of power batteries, Saudi Arabia has made 2 rounds of seed round investment in India's aluminum-ion solid-state battery Saturnos, which is developing solid-state batteries. In terms of hydrogen energy, Saudi Aramco signed a memorandum of understanding with Hyundai Motor in 2019, and the two parties will develop hydrogen energy applications such as hydrogen fuel cells in Saudi Arabia. In the same year, Saudi Aramco also cooperated with Air Products of the United States to develop Saudi Arabia's first retail hydrogen refueling station, which has been successfully built and put into trial operation. In addition, Saudi Arabia has also made a lot of plans for autonomous driving. A Chinese autonomous driving company has previously signed a preliminary agreement with Noon, an e-commerce company in the Middle East, to test-run autonomous vehicles in Saudi Arabia. In general, although Saudi Arabia did not have the foundation of the automobile industry before, its current layout is very comprehensive, which also demonstrates Saudi Arabia's determination to transform. On the other side of the joint venture, Foxconn is also making frequent deployments in the new energy vehicle industry. In fact, Foxconn has been constantly looking for a partner to realize its electric car dream in recent years. Obviously, Saudi Arabia is a good candidate for OEM. Obviously, it can be seen that the OEM for Apple is far from satisfying Hyundai's appetite. It is Hyundai's main goal now to enter the electric industry and overtake in this field. On the Hyundai Technology Day in November, Foxconn released two self-developed electric vehicles, the cross-border station wagon Model B and the electric pickup truck Model V, and also officially demonstrated the mass production model of the pure electric medium-sized SUV Model C. This car will be officially delivered to customers in Taiwan next year. Model B will be built on the same platform as Model C, or will share most of the components, and the relationship between them is similar to Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. While showing the new car, Hyundai Technology also demonstrated its own research and development capabilities, showing key components such as EPS electric power steering system, solid-state battery, semiconductor, etc., and said that it will continue to implement CDMS, contract design and manufacturing service, commission design and manufacturing service, business model. In other words, Foxconn has two main development directions in the automotive industry in the future. One is to continue to build its own pure electric products, and the other is to manufacture OEMs for other auto companies. The cooperation with Saudi Arabia this time is more like an OEM. In general, the general trend of electrification is irreversible. European car companies have begun a comprehensive electrification transformation. As the birthplace of automobiles and the biggest beneficiary of the fuel age, the changes of European car companies show that they have recognized the general trend of electrification. In the era of fuel vehicles, Saudi Arabia, the oil exporting country, has benefited the most. It is no exaggeration to say that Saudi Arabia cannot achieve today's achievements without the oil economy. At this stage, Saudi Arabia has also begun the transition to electrification, which has once again verified the irreversibility of the electrification trend. At present, the new energy vehicle track is still a brand new track, and all car companies are still exploring. Whichever company can take the lead in running on the electrified track will have an advantage in the future competition. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below, and share your insightful ideas with other people. Do you want to learn about more auto stories? Please keep following our channel and like our videos. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. See you.